In this video, I will show you how to do human pose estimation using deep learning from YOLOv8 Ultralytics and OpenCV in Python by analyzing how LeBron James jumps to make his three-pointer shots. I'll be going over some pose estimation applications, talk about the YOLOv8 pose estimation key points, and go through a pose estimation code example. So by the end of this video, we will see how we can use pose estimation on LeBron James and plot the angles of his jumping depth, as you can see in this video. So pose estimation is great for many applications, including things like sports analytics, like what I'm doing here. You could do it for animation, AI personal trainer, or analyzing biomechanics. So in this picture that I have down here, you could see that for animation, sometimes what people will do is get a real life human and they'll do some actions, and then from there they'll get a pose estimation, and then you could render an animation figure that's replicating the exact motion. So the applications for pose estimation are endless, but here we'll see how we can use it on LeBron James. So the first thing to understand is the pose estimation key points. So here we have a table with index and the key point. So on the left side is for the left body parts, and for the right side is for the right body parts. And here at 0, we have nose. So we have the eyes, ears, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hip, knee, and ankle. And you can see that we have a diagram here that shows you exactly what each key point represents in the human body. So when you're trying to analyze specific regions, you want to pick out the exact key points that you're interested in, and you could use those to analyze that specific part. So now let's go ahead and take a look at our pose estimation code. So here in our if name is main, we have our run analyze pose function that we're calling, and inside of there, we're calling our pose estimation class, which we're passing in the video file called lebron.mkv. So we go ahead and jump into this. What we have is we have initialization here for our constructor. So here we're creating our YOLO model. So we're passing in the YOLOv8n-pose. And we're going to save it into model. We're going to choose a key point. So these key points here, as you can see in our table here, 11, 13, 15 is going to be the left side of the leg. And then here we're setting up some of our video path, which we got from the initial function here. And then we're setting up some scale and frames per second. And we're doing some skip factor because we want the video to play back at a certain rate that we want it to. So here we have our main function that we're actually using, which is called analyze pose. So inside of here, we have some options if we want to show the angles or not. But if we want to show the angles, what we have here is an interactive plot. We set up a subplot, and then we initialize the angle and some angles and time lists. So this will help us generate the plot that we're going to see later on. So we'll be appending it to this list. So here we start off with a frame count, and then we have a frame leg only. So here, if there's different parts in the image and it's detecting segments from different people or whatever, you want to cut off the frames so that it's only going to choose what you want to see. So I determined that 126 is the cutoff that I want to use. And then here's the color that we're choosing for some of our plots. So here we're using OpenCV, and we're going to be using this to create a window. And then once we create a window, we're going to use the video capture to read in our video path here, and we're going to store it as cap. So here we have our main loop that's going to be reading each frame, every iteration, every frames that we've set. And here are some conditions to skip or not skip. So here what we have is we're reading the frame size, we have the height and width. And what we're doing here is we actually want to get the height and width of the window, and then we want to resize the window that we're looking at. So here we have the condition here if we only have the frame leg only. So we're truncating some of our key point detection frames. And then here we only want to use the right half where the LeBron James is showing up. So here we're doing some frame extraction here, getting the right side. And then we're only going to get the key point of the right side. So here we use the model function, and when we use the model function, what we're actually doing is we're going to pass in an image. So here the image is a frame that we extracted, and then what we're going to do next is we want to take a look at the output. So this is a key part of the key point detection. So when we actually get the output, we're going to get a results. So this results is going to be a list of Ultralytics engine results.results object. And inside of it is going to contain key points. And inside of key points is going to contain the XY, which is going to be a 1 by 17 by 2 array where the 17 key points are all of the body parts. So that's what this stuff is doing. And then once we get that, we want to add it back to the original frame width so that the relative location of the key points are in the correct location. So here we have some logic to draw the key points. We put a for loop and then loop through all the active key points that we're interested in. So the active key points were the ones that we declared up on top here, right here. So we want to iterate through that and get all of them, draw the key points. That's what this is doing. So we have lines and circles to draw the segments and connect it to each other. And then here we want to actually show the angle. So here we have a plot. We're going to compute the angle. So if we take a look at our compute angle function, we're just doing some dot products essentially. And then that's going to find the angle relative to the two line segments. So when the line segment is fully straight, it's going to be 0 degrees. And then when the line segment is bending, it'll be some angle relative to that. So we're going to output all of this in degrees and use some linear algebra to get the norms and the dot product formula to find the cosine of the angle, and then use our cosine to find the actual angle. So that's what we're doing here. So once we get the angle, then here we could take the angle and then we could actually output it on the screen by using the put text command. And then finally here we want to append the angles and times so that we can use it in our live plotting here. Okay, so once we do that, we could plot everything out. And the very end here is just to have some quick keys. Once you're done, you could quit it. And then this is to close up everything using the cap release and destroy all windows. So here you can see the animation. So if I click on this, it should stop. And you could see that right now it's peaks up here, right? And then it lowers down here. So that helps us analyze his jumping, and we could figure out, what is the optimal depth that he's jumping at, how much does he go down before he actually throws the ball. So this could be pretty useful if you want to do some analysis. So you can see clicking on it to kind of pause it a little bit, but you can see that here we have a height of 30 and then the low of 12. And you can see as he squats down, it peaks up a little bit over 50. So we're at 54 degrees. And then it goes up a little bit more, and then he throws his shot. So this might be useful in terms of the timing of his throws, and you can analyze more of his metrics and things like that. Okay? So if you found this video helpful, give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.